I mean, I do it to you all the time.
What? Do what? Huh? What?
Unmute you while you're doing silly things.
I never do a silly thing. What is a silly thing? How do you define a silly thing?
Doing the stream for one.
Well, I don't do anything. I just sit here.
You're literally hosting it today. Should we ever not doing silly things? Yeah, really.
Sorry.
Check constantly doing silly things.
Sorry, there has not been a silly song for Sharky.
Rest in peace. Twitch sings. Rest in peace.
Yep. Press F to pay respects.
Did you download our Extra Life?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I downloaded Extra Life.
I like clipped your singing at one point, but then I don't think I ever posted it. And now it's gone, I guess.
Oh well.
Well, we'll all have the memory.
No, I don't have the single memory. What are you talking about? What is this Twitch thing?
Okay, everyone but Sharky the goldfish has.
I don't know.
Sharky the snow shark.
Oh right, I was given the snow shark without the backgrounds. I was given the snow shark without the backgrounds.
Well, have you added it to our Discord email?
No, I forgot.
Well, why'd you forget?
Well, let me do it right now.
Yeah.
Oh, how do I do this again? Server settings, emoji, upload. Oh wait, did I might not have. Did I? I might not have downloaded it. Hold on. I was given it, but I might not. Oh, I know why I didn't download it. Because I was too busy making jokes.
So is Sharky ever not doing silly things?
Well, okay, she posted, then I said, yes, when summer comes, I will be just a puddle. And she was like, the little glass is just sitting there, rip Sharky. I'm like, oh my gosh, the carrot, the glasses, and the hat just sitting in a puddle.
I'm just imagining the puddle scooped up into a glass, and the glasses and the carrot and the hat sitting on, like, in the glass with the water. And the eyes, I guess. All the coal eyes.
There we go.
Snow shark.
There's
Snow shark.
There is now a snow shark in with all the other flippin' sharks that are in there.
Yeah.
So how you been, Magic? I feel like it's been a little bit since we've seen you.
We've got Sharky 1, Sharky 2, Sharky Welcome, Sailor Sharky, and Snow Sharky.
How have you been? Welcome to the Shark Parade. Ooh, doing some laundry. Did you have a good New Year? When he was a young shark, his father took him into the city to see the shark parade.
Yep.
What's the rest of it? Just chilled at home. Okay.
Chilling at home. Yeah, that's quarantine life, right?
Wait, were we supposed to ever not just chill at home?
You're right. Last year I also had to chill at home for New Year's because I was on call.
Oh, well.
All right, time to see if we'll be done with this thirsty MC.
I mean, I would do that regardless. I mean, same. I would do that regardless. I mean, except for if Pathfinder existed. If we were still doing Pathfinder, then I would be going out every once in a while.
Did you end up watching Sabrina? I thought you said you were going to watch Sabrina.
I completely forgot.
Oh, that's just fine. Because Sabrina's an awful. I don't even watch it. It's so bad.
I think I spent the most of the day recording.
So, as you usually do.
And then I spent most of the next day recording, and then the next day recording.
Okay, content creator, we get it.
I'm not a content creator.
Oh, you say that, and then you make all this content. You talk all about this time that you've spent creating content.
I mean it doesn't help that, like, I'm making, like, hour-and-a-half long episodes, so that just... Doing 2 takes up, like, a good portion of the day that I'm awake.
I know, I'm so behind. Yeah. YouTuber! Hee
Lies.
Alright, this has become ASMR time with Sharky. You just gotta, maybe say that a little more quietly.
This is now ASMR time with Sharky. Sharky is going to do the rest of this episode in ASMR.
It's really funny how much ASMR has, like, exploded as a thing, though. I think. Did I break Sharky? Sharky, are you broken? Laugh once if you're okay, and laugh twice if you're broken. I did not say cry as one of the options. Oh, Pie has come for the shark parade.
Well, also, I think I was going to say, today I didn't record. Today I spent, like, 4 hours playing Hollow Knight, and I speedran it.
Wow. I think I own it and still haven't played it.
There was an achievement for beating it under 5 hours, and I'm like, huh, I haven't played it yet. Mission accepted.
As Steam says, you've played for 4.8 hours recently.
And look at my achievements, I beat it in under 3 hours. Beat under the 5 hours. I'm now working on...
Oh, right, I got Hollow Knight in the same batch of Steam sale, I think, as a couple of the games we bought for this. Well, I bought for this.
And now I'm working on 100%ing it in 20 hours.
Good job, I guess.
Look, I'm only slightly insane when it comes to video games. It's fine. Just send the sharks everywhere.
What, you want sharks everywhere? Well, sadly, we don't have that emote slot yet.
But hi, Pie.
Hello, Pie. There was a shark parade, but I think it was on Discord because we don't have the shark emotes.
And Satan was singing the Shark Parade song.
I think you were singing it. I just typed it.
Sure.
Hi, Dad.
Oh, hi, Dad.
I, too, play games very, very slowly. I don't know how Sharky does the speed running thing. I'm like, I do reverse speed run. I reverse Sonic everything. I crawl through my games.
What was it? There was the one about beating Kingdom Hearts in like 15 hours, and I think I did it in 12, and then I look at the world record, and it's like 2 hours. Speedruns are super interesting, and with certain games, I'll be like, I would actually be cool in trying to figure out how to do it.
You know what achievement I did get recently? Stanley Parable Go Outside.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if it's been 5 years for me yet.
You can just check. You can just look at your last played.
Oh, geez. Super Mario 64 speedruns are insane.
Mm.
Let me...
I'm making these sounds, but I don't watch speedrun things.
Stanley Parable. Last played. Oh, it's been 6 years.
There you go.
Oh.
So if you open it up now, it should give you the achievement.
Well, so with Super Mario 64, it fully depends on what category. There's, I think, one that's 16 stars. I forget if there's a 1 star. I know there's 16 stars, where they basically use the bunny to clip through the door to fight Bowser, and then because it takes 15 stars to get the bunny to spawn, and then they backwards long jump up a bunch of stairs and then just clip through everything, and then fight the final boss. It's kind of insane. Yeah, I think it's 16, 70, and then 120 are the categories. This is the random knowledge I just intake.
Good job.
Please, someone stop me. Stop the shark.
I mean, technically, I suppose we're supposed to be reading this game.
Oh, right. We set out together early in the next morning.
Or more so, I kind of just want to be done with this game so we can go back to arcade space.
Oh, see, I can't tell you how the mechanics of the speedruns work. I just know the how it works. The what they do type thing. For the first few hours, we don't say much. There's a beautiful sunrise, and it's snowing, but not too heavily. Faulkner...
I think the mechanics sounds more interesting.
Faulkner rides in his usual place on my shoulder. I wonder if I should bring up what happened last night. I always loved when... because actually, AGDQ is going on right now.
Hmm?
GDQ is going on right now at Games Done Quick.
Ah.
I think it's...
Well, that's exciting.
AGDQ is going on right now. Which I just saw one where they were doing Clone Hero. It was an archive from, I think, last year. They did Clone Hero. And the final song they did, they, like, took away the track and were playing a video. And the person was just... And, like, the video had the track on it. And then did weird stuff to it. It was insane. Sorry.
No, it's okay. This just reminded me of, I saw a thing earlier of someone who was saying in 2021, their goal is to get through some of their backlog of games. They had made, like, a whole chart of games that they were aiming to actually play, and I'm like, I should do that.
Yeah, I should also do that, but then, like, y'all get me to do crazy stuff like Professor Sharky, and that kind of puts a stop to it.
Well, it just means you're playing Kingdom Hearts for how many times now?
I've only beaten Kingdom Hearts 1... 4 times. 5 times now.
Hoping to play this year.
I've only beaten Kingdom Hearts 1 5 times.
Only. Okay.
I've beaten Kingdom Hearts 3 4 times already.
Uh-huh.
So, like, I've been...
Already? Uh-huh.
Yeah, already. It's been 2 years!
Uh-huh.
It's been 2 years!
Uh-huh.
The game only takes about 8 hours.
For you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me.
I should go back and check how many hours I've played.
In my first playthrough of Kingdom Hearts 3 was like 30 or 40.
Probably something like that.
And I like that was but yeah, what is there any specific games that people are thinking about picking up and playing this year's?
I need to go through my backlog and identify the ones that I like have been meaning to play most. and then actually play them. And you know what we need to do, Sharky?
What?
We need to finally get our fucking Stardew file together.
Yes, we need to get to year 3. I've never seen
Well,
year 3.
you didn't want to play on New Year's. We could have had New Year's in real life and in the game at the same time. Stardew Valley is so good. We were actually giving away a copy during Extra Life last year, but we didn't make it to that milestone. But we could make it a new milestone.
Look, instead of playing...
Should we just start our Extra Life page super early? We should.
Instead of playing Stardew, I apparently spent like 12 hours on a call with a friend, and they got me to learn how to play and the lore of Overwatch.
And did you like it?
It was fun with the two of them. It was a lot of fun. But it was also hilarious because like those two have put like too many hours into Overwatch. And then
no, you mentioned them. Well, you've mentioned one of them pushing you to play Overwatch for years now.
Well, she's been playing since like it came out.
I
And then there was me being like, I know how FPS work, but like how shoot.
Pew pew.
Pew pew, let's go.
No.
Faulkner rides in his usual place on my shoulder. I wonder if I should bring up what happened last night. It was so nice, so unexpected. I hate thinking that it has to be over so soon. I don't even remember what happened last night.
Rosemary, stop talking about how you want to kiss this engaged man.
I want more and more nights like that. I want to keep learning about him and being surprised by him. I want him to learn about me too. But he's getting married. There's no way around that. Unless he decides...
Oh my god.
No.
It's a political marriage. Are you going to cause a fucking war?
There's no point in thinking that like that. I'm just getting my hopes up. Just as I decide that it's better to not say anything, Faulkner breaks the silence.
I'm so tired. We'd be done with this game.
Rosemary,
It's so fucking blurry.
I think I like you very much. And I hope you'll forgive me for being so direct, but do you feel the same way about me?
Aren't you still engaged? Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. It's a political marriage, which I guess means engagements don't count, and that he's gonna just throw his country, that he's like his nation, that he's been talking all this time about how much he loves. He's gonna throw it all aside for this girl he's known for 2 days, who is also like 10 times his size because he's a tiny face sitting on her shoulder. Which one did you choose?
The one that was true to the character.
They're both true to the character.
I was thirsty from the first...
But the answers were yes or yes.
I chose yes.
Was it the moment you saw him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he couldn't tell by the way you walked into a door.
Yeah.
So that you weren't able to say, no, bitch, I have a job to do. Well, no, her job to do, she would like to phrase is, I have a job to do and it's you. The one who has a job to do is fucking Faulkner. He's a goddamn prince, like, fulfilling his duties to his nation by a marriage he, like, proposed. He sent the fucking letter to propose. I don't care if it's, like, a political marriage or whatever. Like, you set this girl up to get married to you. Like, you arranged this. It wasn't even this was an arranged marriage by the parents or some shit. No, he fucking arranged it. So I'm like, this is still wrong in every conceivable way. And, like, you're really gonna cause way more chaos for the nation you have proclaimed so much love for and so much loyalty and affection and everything if you just throw all that out to, like, date some girl you've known for 2 years. for 2 days.
This is a mess. This is a mess.
I'm like, as soon as we got to like him saying that he was on his way to get married, I was like, oh no, I hate this route. I hate everything.
Well, let's
about
finish
this.
this route.
Really? I'm not quite sure I deserve that. I behaved as if you were some kind of thoughtless oaf.
She is one.
But I don't think that anymore. Hopefully that should be obvious. Damn, I'm making a mess of this, aren't I?
Oh, calm down. You're doing fine. It is kind of cute to see you get all worried about me, though.
I'm just the slightest bit out of practice when it comes to talking about these matters. I don't want to speak at all if I'll only say the wrong things.
Even
Okay, then don't.
even if you do mess up, it'll be okay. Trust me, I mess up all the time. I'm kind of an expert.
Well, far be it from me to ignore an expert's advice. I'm struggling with how to say this.
I'm getting married, so go away.
If only that's what he was about to say.
I suppose I'll just jump right into it. I've been with many women in my life, but it's never felt like this. I feel as though a window has opened in a room that's been closed for a long time.
You've known her for 2 days. And what?
Who's getting married?
Faulkner is engaged. He's literally on his way to his wedding. He has hired Rosemary as guide / one to ride around like a horse because honestly, he's a fae and he's teeny tiny and he's like on her shoulder. His entire body is about the size of her like mouth. And suddenly they've fallen in love, I guess. And so he's just confessing his love for her.
See, the funnier
Now, he's still on his way to the arranged marriage that he proposed. While the poor girl he proposed to is like presumably just waiting in town for his arrival.
The funnier answer to who's getting married would be, oh, totally Sharky, huh?
Mm-hmm.
This
Well, Sharky, I wish you a happy, blissful marital life.
Oh, okay.
You know, Pi, same though, same.
Ah, yes, love at first sight.
Rosemary, the MC, was love at first sight to the degree that she was staring at him and then walked straight into a door. And then took offense that he called her, like, clumsy and sort of oafish because she walked straight into a door. And then he was just kind of being a jerk.
Kind of?
Well, I mean, she got very defensive about a lot of things that are honestly kind of true.
Oh, hey, this is your favorite line.
I'm not saying I'm in love with you. That would be rather forward, considering we've only just met. But you're the first person with whom I've ever felt... I don't know how to describe it. Giddy? Hopeful?
This all changed from they hate each other to they were like ready to make out despite him being the size. It's just nagging her clearly, yuck. No, he was being like racist to humans because he's a fae and is like the prince of the fae and super perfect or whatever, and very elitist. And then they fought off some wolves and like a, what was it? Like a panther or something?
Jaguar or something like that.
Jaguar. And then
A big
they're
cat.
like, wow, you're actually a respectable fighter. Wow, you're actually a respectable fighter with your spear that's the size of a toothpick. Wow. And then they had one conversation just talking shop about weapons, and now they're in love.
Well, then there was also the dinner.
Well, no, he prepared the dinner because that repaired everything. Although, yes, he prepared a minnow for her, and she ate it in one bite because, you know, he's a fae. He was like, I'm going to cook you dinner! And then he, like, cooked a minnow. And then once he was done, he was like, oh, right, I guess this is not exactly a whole meal for you. And she ate it in literally one bite because it's a minnow. Yep.
Yep.
When I fell asleep last night, the only thing I could think about was how much the prospect of another day with you excited me.
Minnow.
Minnow.
The meal of
Love.
love.
You're the first person I've ever wanted to fall in love with.
Because he's been with many women, but it was all just for sex, I guess.
My heart feels like a bird fluttering around in my chest. There's something so wonderfully scary about hearing someone say the very thing you hoped they would.
I'm waiting for someone to be a reasonable party here, but there's only two of them, so I guess.
Like you're afraid you'll wake up and find out it was just a dream. Gosh, Faulkner, that's... I don't know what to say.
But you must understand, I never thought I would feel this. I thought I wasn't the kind of man who would ever fall in love. And it's because I thought of myself that way that I even entertained the idea of a political marriage in the first place.
I really just feel sorry for the
Uh-huh.
girl he's proposed to, who's waiting in the city for his arrival to get married, that I guess he's about to call off.
Yep.
If I knew I'd never marry for myself, why not marry for my kingdom? But now I am cringy as fuck. I just wish I'd met you first, even though that is really literally impossible because we only met because I hired you so I could ride you as a horse to the city because I'm too small to travel quickly by myself. Then again, if I'd never made this journey, I wouldn't have met you at all.
Well, look, he didn't ride her last night.
Well, yeah, there are good VNs and there are highly cringy ones, and like the dragon one was a little. We played the dragon route earlier. 'Cause
Yeah.
it was. What were the options? There was this guy who's the prince of the fae, which means he's teeny tiny.
Scruffy McScruffbeard.
Yes, Scruffy McScruffbeard, who is
Babysitting.
babysitting, watching over, caretaker of tiny itty bitty prince. So presumably the one you're dating is Scruffy McScruffbeard and not the tiny child. But like that means there's a tiny child with you the whole way. There was the dragon prince, who has like a human form that we played earlier, who spends his entire time like, I am a dragon. Are you aware that dragons eat humans? They're very tasty. Stop hitting on me. I'm going to fucking eat you. Do you know that the thing I am most tempted to do is just, ow. What the fuck is wrong with you? And she's like, no, I love you though. And then the last one was the Beast Prince?
Yes. The Beast Prince.
I don't really know what's the deal with the Beast Prince, but you know.
He's a prince who's a beast.
Also, Rosemary chose all of these jobs as the options for her mercenary work, purely on the basis of, well, there are other jobs I could have taken, but these guys are hot. And I am like, you shouldn't mix your professional and personal life this way in the first place.
But
You shouldn't plan to try to get together with any of your clients.
if you feel differently now, I mean, I'm not saying you should leave her and marry me instead. But maybe you could slow things down and we could just spend more time together and, like, see how things go? That would be okay, wouldn't it?
Would it? He's on his way to the wedding.
He looks at me with such longing, takes a moment to gather his thoughts and speak.
Like even if, oh, you shouldn't, I'm not saying you should, like, leave her and marry me instead, but, like, what are you saying then? Because you're ultimately saying call off the wedding.
Marry both of them.
You know, I don't know the rules in the Fey Kingdom. Maybe that's allowed. Okay, but you shouldn't be outright hitting on your clients during the job. Like, she takes the job and, as I said, immediately walks into a door because she's like, oh my god, he's so hot.
Poly community, we'll take him!
Poly community won't take him. I meant more like, maybe like, the Mormon way, where they have a lot less choice. He is a prince.
Yeah, no first moves. Just eye candy. Ugh.
Also, like, as soon as someone says he's on his way to his wedding to get engaged, like, maybe cut it out. Maybe cut that shit out. Maybe respect his engagement and cut it the fuck out.
Ooh.
Rosemary, I can't make that choice anymore. I need to tell you something I haven't told anyone. I believe if I do, you'll understand.
Okay. My heart starts beating faster. I don't like the sound of this.
A few years ago, my father let me look at the Fey Kingdom's finance.
We're bankrupt.
The royal family, the entire kingdom, we're going bankrupt because there is a super rich family and that's why I'm marrying her. Which is essentially equivalent to, like, if one of the president's children then was like, all right, Bezos, time to get hitched. We can't easily participate in global trade. How can we benefit from goods that are too gigantic for us to use?
I don't know, you still need groceries, don't you?
Honestly, they should cut off the wedding. Not for him to marry Rosemary, because his betrothed deserves better than this goober.
True. True.
And we invest so much in the brilliant minds of our scholars and inventors. We build airships and factories and all manner of amazing things.
I'm like, if it's a political marriage and this is the understanding from both sides, like, I think probably she's just accepted, like, I'm gonna become a princess and whatever else, like, it's fine. But yeah,
It's all problematic.
like, she knows that she's being married to this guy specifically because she is rich and because he is royalty. That's fine, I guess. I mean, he himself was the one who sent the letter proposing to her, and it seems like she accepted personally. So I'm like, okay. Which is why I'm kind of like, well, she set this all up, and like everything's been set up, and like, what's Rosemary bringing to the table? Walking into doors? Well, you're so hot.
But we see almost no profit because the rest of the world is just too big. Our greatest innovations are children's toys in their hands.
Faulkner, that's awful. You and your people deserve more than that.
I'm confused. Is this an economy that does not participate in the global economy, but like, how does that make them bankrupt? If you have an entirely closed system, like, because their products aren't going out into the world and the world's products aren't coming in, like, how does that make them bankrupt as a nation?
Yes.
Have like a super rich family. You just need to fix your fucking laws. Also, like, oh god. Oh no, it's like better comparison. It's like if one of the president's children married like a member of the Walmart family to bring the Walmart funds into the US government. The other larger species like demanding taxes from them? Is this a mafia scheme or something? No, it doesn't seem like it. For that matter, I don't think they even have like the same currency, probably.
Probably not.
I mean, seeing as a coin is like the size of his entire torso.
Did you read this line?
It's just one of many problems. For example, only Fae are able to live in our kingdom. It's too small for anyone else. For all we spend to make our city so beautiful and so advanced, we can't even benefit from tourism. Fae families keep leaving to seek their fortunes elsewhere, but there's no immigration, no new blood, nothing to replace the ones who...
How does that work? How do they seek their fortunes elsewhere if they cannot use the goods produced anywhere else? Where are they going?
Not under his leadership, that's where.
Are they just finding other Fae nations? Because then there should be immigration. I don't understand. Like he's literally described how the Faes leave from No, the Faes leave to make tricky deals so that they can just steal other people's souls. That's me, actually. But I really like how are people leaving your kingdom and no longer like paying taxes or whatever if there's no immigration and nowhere for them to go?
Yeah.
Like, this is a two-way street. If like you can't accept tourists because your towns are too small, but like you're also too small to live anywhere else.
Hey, you tricked me!
Oh, my family is starving, so you understand.
Oh, I get it. Have a good day.
Our people have only two options: stagnate or dwindle. We have dwindled. Slowly and gradually, our population, our resources.
I'm like, is the population dwindling because these Fae families have left elsewhere and then died.
No, they're sleeping with humans.
Well, Faulkner, that is literally the definition of a you problem.
In a handful of generations, we'll have nothing. Except for this apparently highly wealthy family, who will still be rich as fuck, apparently.
Oh, wow. I had no idea.
Obviously, because this is confidential information to the Fae royal family. No, we don't like to share our weaknesses if we can help it, considering I am from another kingdom, and the royalty of it, and giving you confidential information. Sometimes we don't even like to admit them to ourselves.
But I don't get it. How can one marriage possibly fix a problem that big?
It's so simple, so perfect. I thought myself a brilliant forward thinker for despising the scheme.
It's probably dumb.
Now I almost wish I never had. I'll try to explain. As you're probably aware, not all Fae people live in our kingdom. A good many families left to live in other kingdoms, with the rest of you.
How? How? You literally just described how all of the goods everywhere else are too big for you, so how?
You're calling it a scheme. All brilliance has already gone out the window.
That too, Pi, that too.
No, it's literally a money-making scheme.
And many of those wayward families have thrived financially. However, I believe they suffer in a different way. The Fae Kingdom turns its back on them as traitors and deserters.
Well, that's literally a you problem.
Yes.
They lose touch with their home, their culture, their history. They must struggle every day to exist in a world that was never made for them.
You know, this really assumes a lot about how they somehow became very financially successful, but like simultaneously have no product made for them. Like, did they not make their own? Sounds like an accessibility problem. That too.
Yeah. Yeah. Literally.
I'm like, I don't understand. Like, if the world is always too big and there's accessibility problems everywhere, then you should be able to sell your goods to those other nations as they are already the correct size. Like, there should be trade then, but there apparently is no trade.
Nope, nope.
And that's what makes them broke.
Yep.
And population is dwindling because of the, and like, what?
Yep.
Anyway. Didn't I read this?
I don't think I heard you read this.
See, now you have the same problem that I usually do.
I know you read the last line. I don't think you read this line.
I think I did, but I will read it again in case.
Yee.
And then now you're not allowed to complain when I do this to you. When I'm hosting, you're not allowed to complain anymore.
Nope.
Oh, I know you're still going to complain about how I never listened to you. But no.
No, I literally don't believe you read this. Because I think you got started on the tangent, or not really a tangent.
Surprised Fae workers aren't in high demand, since they could probably do work that larger people couldn't.
Basically.
Well, I guess apparently if the Fae workers leave to go help do this work that larger people can't, they get shunned from the kingdom. This is, again, as you said, literally the definition of a you problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't have to get married to fix this. You just have to change the laws. And as a prince, you're absolutely empowered to change that. So, what does that have to do with marriage?
Don't know.
Even when they succeed, they are always suffering, always too small. Like Sharky's listening and memory. And because they are, in essence, exiled, they can never go home to where they belong, because I have exiled them. Because I'm the fucking royal family. But these wayward Fae are still my people. I know they are. The woman I've been in contact with is the daughter of a particularly wealthy Fae family, one that has lived in exile out in the southern kingdom for centuries, where they get along with the dragons that eat people.
They don't eat Fae.
Her family's riches alone would be enough to keep the royal family thriving for generations.
Well, they don't eat Fae because the Fae would probably be basically toothpicks.
Yeah. Yeah, they're so tiny. Starting to see where this is going, but that doesn't make it any easier or smarter.
I'm literally like, if there are so many wealthy Fae families out there, why haven't they started their own businesses to create their own fucking shit so that the world isn't too big for them? Like, he's assuming a lot about what they've been doing out there, I feel like.
I'm gonna pick Faulkner up by the collar of his shirt, the way you grab a kitty by the scruff, and dunk him in cold water.
Yes. Preferably on this freezing cold mountain. In the long term, yeah, you're just delaying the problem. And, like, the actual solution isn't a marriage. It's just to not exile families who leave. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Also, like, if her family's been out there for generations, why are all of the descendants exiled? Is it just because their family in the long, distant past, like, left? Change your ways? Maybe? Yeah, exactly.
Our union will not only solve the Fae Kingdom's financial problems temporarily, I believe it will also help address the problem in the long term without actually acknowledging that the problem is that we exile.
Send him to fucking ethics, accessibility, and sociology classes.
I love chat being like, this is stupid. Why are we doing it? This is stupid.
It is stupid. Why do you need a marriage for this?
My
Brilliant scheme is fucking stupid, you asshole dumbass.
My bride-to-be is quite well known, even among those in the kingdom who reject outside. And I, of course, am the prince. We represent the two halves of the Fae.
If half the Fae have left, that's really a you problem, and I'm more surprised that they haven't made their own Fae Nation number 2.
Our marriage will be seen as a symbol of unity. The Fae are one people, no matter where we live or what we do.
Seriously, they can just make their own fucking nation. They don't need you. And apparently they'll be more successful.
The kingdom need not turn its back on those who left, and can welcome their experiences and prosperity.
Yeah, you would have tourism if you just welcomed the people. Maybe they already... Exactly! They might have. He seems completely to have not at all considered this.
We're all so mad at this
I thought myself a brilliant man. No, actually, you're a fucking dumbass. I was trying to listening to all of this. It's just like, you know what? No, I changed my mind. I don't like you because you're a fucking dumbass.
Faulkner, you're a Chad. You need intervention and re-education. Stat.
The wayward Fae need not lose their connection to their history, their culture, their people.
They probably made their own culture. Immigrant culture is a culture.
If fact, we might even encourage more to venture out and make their fortune, knowing they can always return. Maybe they're not exiled. Maybe they just fucked off and stopped calling home because they were done with school. Why do they need you to get married for all this shit? Well, apparently, I guess the marriage is actually just to save his failing kingdom because he's going to take all of the funds from this rich-ass family. Which I'm like, you know, I feel like normally, like, you get a dowry for this shit, but you don't get the entire family's fortune. Like, what? What? I can bring the Fae together in a way that lasts. We need never be estranged and impoverished again. Are we supposed to like him? I can't understand how we're supposed to like him. I think we're supposed to like him, but I think the only reasoning for liking him is he's hot. Take over your common sense after this monologue. You deserve each other. I think they already have.
But why does it have to be you?
He's supposedly hot.
Why does it have to be you who does this?
I don't know. I don't think anyone's hot. So, supposedly Faulkner is hot, okay?
Couldn't it be someone else who does this?
No, because I am brilliant. Rosemary, I am the only son of the king and queen. It can only be me. And even if that weren't the case, I've known nothing but happiness and success in my life. But I know that everything I have, everything I am, my people gave to me.
Resident Thirsty Aloes in our chat do not believe he's hot. You know, all I can say is that according to the narration done by Rosemary, she thinks he's super fucking hot.
Just get rid of the monarchy, make a representative government that includes the exiles.
Yes.
Oh, baby.
Oh, baby. Like so low. I'd like to believe that Baby already knew that, actually. Baby found us from Tumblr, after all.
That is true. Baby did find us from Tumblr.
But I'm so proud. Baby is all grown up and ready to overthrow the monarchy.
Which means my life is not truly mine. I owe it to them.
Again, how did you live this highly elitist, like, privileged, rich lifestyle up to this point, and then say,
the kingdom is in ruins because we are nearly bankrupt and there is no money within the kingdom either.
Like, this piece of fruit is spoiled and rotten. You spit it out. Yeah, pretty much.
I love chat right now. Wait,
Guillotine the other half. Holy shit.
wait, what? I need
Wow.
what?
I'm impressed.
Context?
I'm impressed. You sound like a story.
I do marry out of love, but not for a woman I've never met.
Delightful and terrifying. Exactly.
I love my kingdom. And I must save it, or else how can I stand to live? Because my family will literally be bankrupt and I don't know how to live as a poor person. Do you understand?
Of course I do. Not.
Now, talk him out of it, I guess.
I knew you would. You care so deeply about what you love. We're the same in that regard.
Ah. Well, I'm so proud of you for choosing the correct half.
Them's fighting words.
If you were to lose your home, or if you found out you could never be a knight, you'd never give that up for me, would you?
Why should I give up anything for you? You should just leave and go off and get married and deal with your own crap and goodbye.
This is one of those situations where I'm like, I know what the game wants me to choose because I know what the game thinks is the right choice for romance, but like, fuck this romance. I ain't giving up shit.
Yeah. Of course you're right. I want to be a knight more than
Especially
anything.
for a guy you met 2 days ago. Come on, Rosemary.
I want to do some good in this world. But in this case, it doesn't feel good to be good.
I would give shit to Faulkner, literally. Here's a box of poo.
I wish I could just be selfish this time. Just do what I want. Let everyone else worry about themselves.
Well, you're not a princess, Rosemary. You're not literally in charge of the fate of the kingdom. And also, like, the whole thing here is they're just like, she's like, he's hot. And he's like, she knows how to talk about weapons. And I am like, there are other people who know about weapons. There are at least 3 others that you identified as hot in one tavern. Rosemary, you are thirsty enough to not throw away your entire life's goal over a guy you met 2 days ago who is engaged for the sake of his kingdom to save it from ruin.
I wish I could too, but I can't. Neither of us can. You wouldn't think so to look at us, but we're very much alike.
Uh-huh, sure. Uh-huh, whatever.
Yes, they're equally doofuses.
I guess we are. It's sort of comforting, in a way. Oh my gosh. I feel his hand on my cheek, his kiss, like a little drop of rain. So small and soft, you're not even sure it was real. I'm going to miss that. We keep walking a little longer. Guess there's not much to say after that.
Stop kissing girls you aren't married to, you dumb engaged mofo. Let him be a martyr. Yeah, fucking die.
And soon, sooner than either of us expected, we can see Starlight City way off in the distance. It's so beautiful, glittering like a little piece of jewels off on the horizon. I hate it.
Put him into the sea.
Looks like we'll make it there by nightfall. That didn't take long. Mount Needle hasn't really lived up to its dangerous reputation, has it?
I'm like, you nearly died from a wolf pack attacking you and then a jaguar. What do you mean it didn't live up to its dangerous reputation? You nearly died.
Yeah, that's just living in the wilderness.
It certainly hasn't. I almost wished we'd have a bear attack or something, because wolves weren't enough.
Put him in the sea, put him in a dull crib like a jail cell, and put him in timeout.
Just lock him in a little dollhouse. I was looking at beds yesterday because my bed frame's like literally falling apart. And there's the cute little kid beds where there's like a little house underneath the bed. And I'm like, oh my god, I want that for my cats. They can have a little house under my bed. But that's probably using a little more of my room than I want to, just to give my cats yet another thing in my room. So jealous of those.
Put him in
Put him in a hamster ball. No, just put him in a hamster cage. The hamster will probably eat him.
His furniture is so my aesthetic.
Kids' furniture is not my aesthetic, but I would do it for the cat. If my room was larger. The real problem is I don't think my room is large enough for me to like fit like a bed that has a staircase that way, just so that my cats could have like a house under my bed. And the kinds of beds that have ladders, I'm like, oh no, will my cats be able to jump onto the bed with me to cuddle when I go to sleep if it's so tall? Hamster cage jail cell, complete with food pellets and hanging upside down water bottle.
Just so we could stay a bit longer.
Yes, stay in the hamster cage with the hamster for a bit longer.
We wait there a moment, listening to the wind, almost hoping for some feral growl to echo in the trees and kill us. Of course, nothing happens. Everything's perfectly fine. Nothing's ever there when you need it, is it?
Cats will figure out ladders. Okay. That's good to know.
You know, weather is looking a little rough. Maybe we should make camp early? To be safe, of course.
When is this fucking wedding? Like, presumably it's been scheduled. I don't know that you can just take extra days on your way.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I think you're right. The snow could get much worse at any moment. We don't want to tempt fate, do we?
I mean, you're tempting something. You're tempting me to dunk you in the water.
The weather is absolutely fine.
So, Joe, bye, everyone, about them deserving each other after all that.
We're lying to ourselves, and we know it.
Bad! Bad, Rosemary!
Just so we can have one more night together. Put them both in the sea. But if one night is all we're gonna get, I'll take it.
I'm like, you know, I feel like they could just... They'll pretend like they died on Mount Needle. He'll also fuck off with Rosemary. I mean, who's gonna find them? She's a nobody. And he's teeny tiny. If anyone comes looking for him, just quickly climb into the turtleneck part of her sweater armor thing. And hide. Oh, he's gone missing. Oh, I guess he died on the mountain. Oops, oh well. I guess they died.
It doesn't take long to set up camp in a nearby cave. In fact, the sun is still up by the time we're done.
Just cram him in between her boobs. Yep.
I feel a little guilty about it, knowing Faulkner's bride-to-be is waiting for him.
Only a little?
He died in 1 inch of water. But not that.
I think he's a solid, 5 inches tall or something.
But not that guilty. We eat dinner together, me sitting with my legs folded and him perched on my thigh. Oh my gosh.
Maybe that's where he is in the first place. Maybe that's how they travel. Rosemary, you should feel guilty. Exactly, Pie.
It's kind of nice having you sit there.
Rosemary, please stop hitting on the engaged man.
I think her answer is no, I'm going to keep doing it for as long as I want.
Rosemary, please climb into the sea. And stay there.
Blushing already, are you?
It's quite becoming. Also him. But he needs a lot less sea.
No, I just, Okay, maybe I'm blushing a little.
They're already in a cave. Double cave.
I mean, you're touching my thigh. That's so intimate.
Well, you're the one who just called it nice, so, I mean, you're absolutely hitting on him, and you should stop because he is your client who is on his way to be married.
Rosemary, my dear, please don't be offended by my asking, but have you been with anyone before?
These two chunguses, I swear to Batman.
I'm Batman.
They're going to have sex by him just inserting himself in there.
Oh my
His whole
gosh. Oh my gosh.
That's the only way it would work. And even then, it's a little small, maybe.
I remember you said you haven't been in love with anyone. But have you been, as you put it, intimate?
Yeah, Death. Uh-huh. And there's Joe.
Well, the requisite aloe response, I guess.
And then Pie, I am distressed. Ooh,
Yeah.
What makes you think that?
I hope your friend that you recommended this to enjoys it at least.
He softly rubs his hand against my skin. Even though his hand is so small, his touch feels electric.
Again, they have known each other for about 2.5 fucking days now.
Well, if you see this as the height of intimacy, it occurs to me that we can do much better than that.
Faulkner, you are on your way to get married. Please fucking stop.
Are we sure we don't want to just turn it off and switch to a different game?
We're going to end this route, and then we're never touching this again.
That is a joke.
I know. The requisite joking aloe response.
I blush a lot stronger when I hear him say that, which was probably his intention.
Again, he is the size of a toothpick.
But my heart also sinks a little, thinking about our situation.
I'm like, he touches my, like, what? He doesn't even have... His whole body is like the size of a cat paw. What does that feel like? How is that electric? You mean like when you get a bit of static electricity from touching something? Like...
Maybe it's for the best that we can't keep seeing each other.
Goodness, Rosemary, I didn't mean to pressure you. We don't have to do anything.
Bad writing, bad sexy time, bad everything.
Yes.
I just thought, since it's our last day together, that I would take your virginity.
We have not taken every option to avoid flirting with him or boning with him. And also, she is an MC. I mean, we did call it Rose of Thirsty because Rosemary is really fucking thirsty.
Yeah, you are pigeonholed.
Yes.
I think there are bad endings, but like...
I believe so. We may be on our way to one because we've done at least, I think, 2 options that were not the, like, good, cutesy, romantic, whatever. But we'll see.
Of course I want to, you know, do things.
With a toothpick.
Gosh, I can't believe I just said that out loud. But what can we even do? I mean, I'm so big and you're so... I can't believe I'm reading this.
I'm asking how this logistically works.
Yeah, thirsty people can change their mind. Rose
Yes.
can't.
They can, but Rosemary is too thirsty to do that, I guess. I don't know.
We just don't...
Who just thinks he's really fucking hot? And I am aware that both our resident aloe friends have said that he's not, but she thinks he is.
And can report out to getting all the information. That is true. We just don't match up, you know?
Don't be silly. Our difference in size was never the problem.
I know that it's a cringe.
Yep, uh-huh.
I know it's the thing to say say like size doesn't matter, but when your lover is the size of a toothpick, like it matters a little bit.
Didn't I tell you, dear? I haven't been in love before, but I've been with many women. Not all of them were Fae. I'm not so close-minded as that. I fuck anybody.
You've been with women my size?
That's horrifying, considering how he continually was describing humans as large and oafish.
Oh, I mean, yeah, there are some people who think man sex is hot. Sorry, I had to throw that old joke in there.
Yes, to each their own. But I'm like the entire first section was Faulkner like insulting Rosemary for basically being a human and therefore way larger, and he was basically saying like, oh, I don't understand how someone as large as like humans and stuff aren't constantly like clumsy and tripping over themselves and stuff. And I am like, so you have this opinion of humans, but have also had sex with many? It's concerning.
Pie, what happened? Autocorrect killed that sentence.
Romance, yes. Yeah. Yeah?
But yes, on this, a long time ago, people rearranged it to just be like, ah, yes, the
Well,
big bad...
It's just arbitrarily rearranged letters with an X added.
The big bad villain of Kingdom Hearts 2, man sex.
Again, totally negging her. I don't think it was negging because he wasn't interested in her until about 24 hours ago. But I feel like I came back from laundry to a weird time. Well,
you did.
Faulkner's proposing that they have sex in this cave before he goes to get married the next day in the city that is literally within view.
Uh-huh.
So, I want to call this aloe bullshit nonsense, but clearly the aloes here are also not on the side of this. So
it's just nonsense. It's just nonsense.
Many times, yes. Well, perhaps none so muscular.
Both literally and morally icky, yes. It's Faulkner bullshit.
Yeah. Yes, Death, yes.
I'm like, when's the last time we played something so explicitly, like, suggesting that things were about to get sexual?
It was supposed to say, oh, it does rearrange to man sex, but it wanted to correct man sex to... I tried to tap a different part to stop it, and it corrected something else.
I love a different word. I love when autocorrect does this kind of nonsense.
Oh gosh, but that means you figured out how to make it work? I mean, it was good for both of you?
Listen, dear, I'm not one to kiss and tell. I do try to be a gentleman, however unsuccessful my attempts may be, because I am literally about to try. I am literally suggesting that you have sex with me while my bride-to-be is in a city within view.
Really don't think you're attempting shit, Faulkner. Truly.
Having said that, let me assure you, I have never once sent a woman away unsatisfied.
No, I think that is a load of crap.
Look, he only says he never sent a woman away unsatisfied. He never said that he didn't just leave in the morning and
peace out himself. There's a great number of things I could do with you.
I can't really imagine.
I was interpreting it as you straight up killed me. No. Somebody with this high an opinion of himself is absolutely garbage in bed, guaranteed. You know, I would not be surprised whatsoever.
I'd be happy to demonstrate.
I truly, you know, they saw the city. They acknowledged that his bride is waiting in said city. They stood there and then went, hey, you want to go in a cave and make camp for the night? Hey, do you want to have sex in this camp we've made in a cave?
There's all the Ennas. The bouncing Ennas.
Bouncing in us.
Yes. Yes, please.
Have fun narrating.
Dots, 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 dots. Oh, good. Sometime later we lie down together and Faulkner falls asleep on my chest. It's all over. Please help me.
Faulkner, please demonstrate these skills on your wife-to-be. Instead, you slightly used bongo.
I stay awake a little longer. I can't stop thinking about what we just did together.
Just like the description of him as a slightly used bongo. That's great.
Oh, really? Really? Why?
Did you just get an achievement for that? I couldn't see what it was, but
I got an achievement called Good Things Come in Small Packages. Yep.
yeah.
Thanks, I hate it. It was nothing like what I expected. More amazing than I'd hoped. I'm lying to myself. How to even describe it? I don't even know where to start.
I'm like, are we gonna end up with his quote unquote good?
Right, we might be. We might be. Gross. Yep. That's on my Steam account forever now. Let's just say,
Well,
after that, I'm even sadder that I won't get to be with him anymore. But I'm also happier than I met him in the first place. When I do drift off to sleep, I doze peacefully. I thought we would be done already.
please tell me they used whatever this world's version of protection is. A shitstorm that would come from an illegitimate child is not what this story needs.
Lazy writing right there, folks.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
That is, until I'm woken by a small figure shaking me awake before sunrise.
I mean, I think they were both trying to keep it PG-13, and also they themselves could not figure out how that logistically works.
Uh-huh.
So they just kind of, all right, fade to black, we don't know what we're doing.
Uh-huh.
He talks a big game, but yeah, the writers didn't know how to actually fulfill that at all.
Rosemary, wake up!
5 more minutes.
Come now, we don't have all day. Wake up!
I open my eyes to see him standing on my chest, jutting his face into mine.
I'm sorry, I wasn't aware he was large enough to simultaneously stand on your chest and jut his face into yours.
Alright, I'm awake. Last night was really special, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Well, yes, that goes without saying. But we need to get going now.
No. Are you that excited to go get married?
Quite the opposite. I've decided this is all so silly. I've found someone I want to be with.
I hate this so much. I think we got the quote-unquote good.
Yeah, probably.
I'm not going to throw away all that over what? My pride? Sticking to some foolish decision I made months ago? Throwing it away over saving the kingdom that I've literally said I owe my entire life to? No! Nonsense!
Now that he used you, he's over it and ready to go to his real bride. I mean, I almost wish. But I mean, I guess they deserve each other after all.
Yeah.
So, come on! We're going back over the mountain, the way we came.
Are you an idiot?
You're not even gonna do the courtesy of showing up to tell your bride to be in person.
Apparently not. Oh, okay, good end. Yeah, mm-hmm.
Good ending. The intense quotes.
It says... It's like how Toma's good ending was the good ending.
I stand by his normal end was the actual good end. He leaves town, fucks off, and you never hear from him again. Yes. No, we understand the delay.
Yeah, we understand.
We've got plenty of supplies, and we know that together we can handle anything this dreadful place throws at us. I know we can make it back, and I'm not getting married to some stranger when I'm in love with you.
Love? You love, wow. Faulkner, I think I feel the same way.
You lost me? Wow.
Grab him by the scruff, pluck him into a large spoon, and then fling him into the sea.
Sounds good to me.
But we can still go to Starlight City. You can tell them the wedding's off once you get there.
Yeah, do your bride-to-be at least the decency of telling her to her face. Holy shit.
There's really no point in going back the way we came.
My dear, it's symbolic. For goodness sake, don't you have any flair for the dramatic?
That's not dramatic, that's just not showing up. That's leaving her at the altar with no word. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Rosemary, not calling this out. No ghosting allowed. Yes, seriously.
I like when you call me dear.
But of course you're right, as you usually are.
What? When is she usually right? When has she been usually right? Please, I need an answer. I don't... What?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Let's hurry and get going, regardless. I don't want to wait any longer to tell them I'm in love.
I like when you call me dear. I roll my eyes so hard I just drank something.
You know, if I was bothering with eye rolls at this anymore...
Yeet!
Yeet them both away!
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, I was waiting to see if the emoji would land over his head like he had cat ears. That would have been cute at least.
And so we gathered up our things and rushed out towards the city. I can't remember ever feeling so light and giddy. Running through the snow together, watching the sun rise and turn the sky pink. He reaches to brush a snowflake off my cheek, and I tremble a little at how close he is. His body gives off so much warmth, even though he's so small. It doesn't take long before the trees thin out, and the air starts to warm. We find a road. It's the path that will take us straight to the heart of the city.
Here we are. This is it.
It sure is.
Dot, dot, dot.
Dot, dot, dot. Staring down at the road, I feel like I can see our future unfold before us. In flames.
I'm like, I hope that he shows up to say this and that the bride and his family all, and her family, all slap him across.
Faulkner, however, is oddly quiet. I I know we shouldn't get ahead of ourselves. I mean, we've got to get to know each other first.
I also just want to say, like, I hope he realizes that as prince, he still has the ability to unexile them instead of just running off.
Yep. But it would be kind of nice to live here together someday. Too late! You're already getting ahead of yourselves. City is so beautiful, right? You can picture us in a little house by the park.
Him getting eaten by a stray dog, or stray cat, or hamster.
Dot, dot, dot.
Getting thrown into the sea. Faulkner,
Eat!
did you hear me?
I don't know. Rosemary. I'm sorry. We can't do this. Thank fucking God.
You mean living by the park? Well, I'm not married to the idea.
Come here, fuckers. Don't be foolish. You know that's not what I meant.
His voice is so suddenly cold. It shocks me to silence for a moment. I feel like I've been slapped in the face.
By bad writing.
I'm sorry, but this can't be what you really want.
It's not.
You only just met me. Whatever feelings we have are just the rush of infatuation, right?
They're in lust.
Uh-huh.
Well, maybe, but isn't that how real feelings starts? I want to see where it takes us. You don't have to worry, Faulkner. I want this as much as you do.
Dot, dot, dot.
Thank you, you
Somebody should have slapped both of you well before now. I'm also like, I'm sorry. You woke her up, dragged her out, talked the whole thing about being dramatic and running away and all of that and not actually getting married. And then you step outside the cave and change your mind.
Faulkner?
Come on, Rosemary. I'm trying to make this easier.
What? But you were saying before that you,
Literally, like 2 minutes ago.
what are you talking about?
Are you really going to make me say it out loud?
Yes.
That moment, my heart sinks into my stomach. The look on his face is so empty and sad. I know that I've lost.
Be a fucking man.
Now that song's
I
gonna be stuck in
really
my head.
can't be with you, even though I just made this promise about how we were going to call off the wedding and be together. I'm doing the same thing I was about to do to my bride, to you. It was so stupid of me to imagine I could, even for a moment.
Yeah, he dug this hole.
Yep.
With both, really.
When I saw the city on the horizon again, I remembered the promise I made to my people. You know, the people I said I owe my entire life to. I can't break that promise. To do that would be throwing away everything I care about.
But don't you care about me? Don't you?
Not as much as my entire life's debt to my people.
I care about you.
I know you do because I took your virginity last night. I just can't. I can't care about you.
I think we got the bad in quotes.
The real good end.
I can't afford to care about you.
I don't want to hear anymore. I almost start to cry right there.
literally can't afford it.
But I won't give him the satisfaction. Don't have to jerk me around like that. Didn't have to give me hope and then yank it away again.
Well, now you know what his bride was about to go through.
I know. I'm a fool.
Yes, because he's broke.
Yeah, he's
Literally
literally
can't afford it.
he can't afford anything.
You see, I got carried away in the moment, and I just ended up hurting you more. That's why I have to stop being impulsive and do what's right.
Most of these characters are garbage, and I wish I were properly invested in them, but I'm just not. So yeet them both into the sea. Whoosh! Yeah, and then his bride-to-be doesn't have to be heartbroken because she's just freed. It's not that he found another woman. It's just that he's dead. Good riddance. And then we end the monarchy because he has no siblings.
Honestly, though, there was no way we were ever going to do this. Neither of us. It was just a nice dream to pretend to believe in for a moment.
I didn't feel that way. I thought it was real. Guess I really am just some big dumb oaf. I was stupid enough to believe that. You said you loved me. The first person to ever say that to me.
Wow, I'm sorry your parents never told you that they love you.
Wait, parents are supposed to tell you that they love you?
You're right. My mom says she's proud of me. I don't think she said she loves me.
Was it not true?
But that's just Asian parenting, not saying it and just assuming they should know.
I love my kingdom. That's all.
Oh, Faulkner. And just like that, it's over.
Good.
We walked down the path in cold silence. Once we're in the city, I let him kiss me softly one last time.
Why?
I let him down onto the road, and we go our separate ways.
No, before we move on, after he said all of that, he kisses her anyway?
Yes, he does.
Why? Why do you let him kiss you one last time? Seriously, he just dumped you.
Yes.
He just dumped you saying that none of it was real. Why do you let him kiss you one last time?
That's a good question.
I feel like if there was someone like Rosemary in my real life, that'd be the friend that I slap and say, "Stop making dumb decisions over men!"
Because he's so small, it doesn't take long for him to disappear into the crowd. As soon as he does, it all hits me at once. Like a weight on my chest I can't get off. I sit in the middle of the town square and cry. It isn't quite accurate to say I'll never see him again. For one thing, he'll become king and I'll see his coronation. But more importantly, in the years to come, Faulkner's plan will work out exactly the way he knew it would.
Well, we know the company that made this game, but I don't want to be so mean as to throw them under the bus.
Yes. I'll see his face in portraits everywhere, symbol of hope and progress known across the land.
Well, this doesn't bode well for the fact that I think we have one or two more games by them that are on our backlog list.
The face of a man who united the Fae and together with his queen brought his people to a new age of prosperity. As for me, I become a knight. I get to do all kinds of amazing things. But I never forgot Faulkner, or the time we shared together.
It was 2 days.
As the years go by, even the hurt I feel fades away. In the end, I'm proud of him for doing what he did.
Yes, you get over your ex that you were with for not even 2 days in terms of like with. You were with him for like 1 day.
It was the right thing after all.
Yes, it was.
Our time together was just a tiny chapter in the great book of his life. Why should he have thrown everything away over someone like me?
Why should you have thrown everything away over something like him?
Still, I'd be lying if I said I never wished it were different. I feel an ache inside whenever I hear his name. I never again carry him on my shoulder, but I always carry his memory in my heart. I can only hope he does the same with me. He said he didn't really love me. Maybe I'm naive, but I never believed him.
You don't have to believe him. The fact doesn't change.
Are you okay, Tina?
No, I'm glad we got the bad end.
I would. He seemed like he sucks. I am also angry. The entire chat is just angry. I think we need that angry bat emote.
Well, I guess ask your friend to make an angry bat. I don't know. It's already a vicious bat. But I guess we need an angry version? I don't know what the difference is. It's so small at emote form.
Yeah, Toby probably did like a song or something.
Yeah, I think he did music.
All the faces.
Take this grumpy Matt Wiggins face. Grump.
That?
It's okay.
It's over.
It means we've made it through half the routes, and we're not finishing this game. We were just doing this as a break for the holidays from Arcade Spirits, because we happen to be at the halfway point of Arcade Spirits. And now we're going to drop this game into the done list, and we're not going to play it ever again, and we're going to go back to Arcade Spirits that we actually enjoy.
Breathe deeply. Lets the frustration out.
Deep breaths, chat. Deep breaths.
It's finally over. We found the light at the end of the tunnel. I am frustrated. That is totally... It's completely fair to be frustrated after that. I mean,
I go into these games with a...
I'm just
this
going
is
to go
either
to the end screen
really
and I'm
good
going
and
to
make
exit.
me cry, or it's going to make me very angry.
We're probably just going to continue talking, but I'm just going to go to the end screen.
That's fine.
And I'm fine
with that.
I'm just going to close the game so I don't have to
rack up any more time in it, according to Steam.
Yeah, I'm already at let's see, 10 hours.
And it's not going to be any higher because they're not going to touch it again.
I've played that more than
I've already moved it to the done list on our spreadsheet.
9 hours. That's more hours than I put in Hollow Knight today. This is bad.
9 hours too many. I think that's still 10 hours too many.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like from the moment we got to the choice of which prince, I was already like, I'm going to hate this the whole way through, so I'm going to just hate play it. Well, you got to give it a try, sure. But from the moment we got to the choices of which guy to go with, I'm like, this is going to be terrible.
Yep. So
well, we committed to playing it, so it's like hate watching. It's also more fun if you're drunk. I'm not currently drunk. It's very sad.
These achievements are so what? One of them, the time traveler's waifu. Yep.
Finishes her out 5 times.
Yep.
Always a bridesmaid. Unlock all 4 Saturn.
I'm sorry. The what?
Wait, there's an achievement called Heart of the Cards.
Wait, what?
There's an achievement called Heart of the Cards.
Ah, yes. Bring back Yu-Gi-Oh!
No, it's okay, Mary.
No.
This is the good part now, because it's over.
No.
That was a whole ordeal.
No.
And, I mean, you can go back, but you don't need to put yourself through that. That was pain and suffering.
Yeah, don't actually like go back and rewatch that stream.
I mean, if you want to make fun of it, you can. But it was not good. So you haven't missed very much. Like, we've been tagging them on our tweets, so I don't want to say it was bad, but this is the only reason I'm not saying it's bad. But it was not good.
The only sad thing's going to be when eventually that's get put up on the YouTube.
I mean, we don't have to. Okay, we can, I guess. I'm just saying.
just a description of, please don't watch this. It's for archival purposes. Don't watch this.
It's problematic and lazy. We're just gonna change the title to "Don't Watch This."
But that will, knowing people, that will make people would have loved to make fun of it. Oh man. Ooh.
I mean, you can go through the VOD later and make fun of it in Discord. Feel free, but it was
rough.
Not good.
There was
so much cringe. There was so much bad. I mean, the main character and the love interest are both garbage. So, like, yeah. That was painful.
But that means now
It does have cute art.
Yes, the art is nice.
We can talk about the nice parts of it. It does have cute art. The music's not bad.
I just wish there was more than 2 songs, so it wasn't repeating the same tune for like 90% of the time.
You're asking a lot there.
I know. More than 2 songs would be very nice, because you hear the song that's
like. All right, so what we can conclude is the assets were good and the writing was bad. We are blessed to know Two Flower and
Yes.
There are games with very good writing, and then there's games with very bad writing. And this is the joy and the risk of playing dating sims on this channel. Is we started off with a lot of ones that we knew were good, and now we're in the territory of, well, I've bought this so that we have content. Because Sharky is a content creator.
I am not a content creator!
You know, in effect, I'm also calling myself one, even though I'm like, well, I'm not saying the content is good, but we're creating content, technically.
Yeah, I mean, we started off with Hatoful.
Played Hatoful Boyfriend, we played Dream Daddy. Those are both fun. Those are very good fun.
Amnesia.
Amnesia is... Well, if you are the kind of person who plays dating sims and does not like easily tripping into bad ends, Amnesia will not be as fun. But Amnesia has pretty good writing that will make you want to cry in half of the routes. Yeah. Well, all of the routes, but one of them for bad reasons.
Oh yeah, Death was here for Amnesia.
Can run, but you can't hide from your content.
Dream Daddy was a surprise. Dream Daddy
is delightful because it's very, very fun, and Amanda is the best. I fucking love Amanda. Except the minigame.
There's only one route I did not like about Dream Daddy.
Joe's favorite?
I personally do not like Brian.
I don't.
It is...
Brian. I don't have the vitriolic hate for Brian as much as you do.
Wish we could have gone Cryptid Hunting and Dream Daddy. Do you mind if I ask what are your current ongoing series? It is Arcade Spirits.
Yes.
Is the current ongoing
one. We're taking a break because we've been playing that for literally half a year. Yeah. And we're only halfway through the routes. It's a very long game. And we do a lot of tangents. I don't want to spoil, so
yeah.
I'm going to partially leave that part of the reasoning out, but the competitiveness is.
Oh, you finished it last
You
night?
finished it last night.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you finished it already, then sorry to anyone here who doesn't want to be spoiled, because we already played it like over a year ago.
Let me see. I'll bring up the exact date we finished it. So keep going.
The thing I don't like in Brian's is that they twisted around so that it was all in MC's head all along, and I kind of disagree with that because there are certainly plenty of like moments that it's absolutely Brian doing it too. He knows what he's doing in a lot of that. But they make it out to be it was in MC's head all along and that he wasn't actually trying to do that. And I'm like, even if that was true, that makes Brian very arrogant and full of himself in a lot of ways that I do not like.
We finished it May 2nd of 2019. We finished
So like
Brian's
a year and a half ago?
Yes.
Yeah. Sharky hates it a lot more than I do. My favorite's Robert.
Yeah,
I think the competitiveness thing is...
It got to me a lot more than it got to you. Literally, it was the competitiveness that between them where it's like, I need to be better than him. I need, well, if you'd be so good, I'm going to show... It's like, it just got to me...
I need to one-up you at all times!
It got to me so bad, mainly because, kind of that's how my family can be at times, and that's how other people I know can be sometimes, and the competitiveness that people do always gets to me. It always just frustrates me and angers me. So to see it in the route, and then him being like, then the MC being like, oh no, like, it wasn't you, it was all just on me. I'm just like, no, stop this, no.
Yeah, they made it like it's all MC, and that it was all in MC's head, and that Brian's perfectly fine and perfectly friendly and stuff, and it felt very gaslighty in a way. Because of that.
It did not sit well.
Yeah. I don't blame anyone for liking that or being okay with that.
Yes.
But at least to me, it felt a little gaslighty where I was like, I don't like this. I do not like this as the ending. Because he really did not have to acknowledge his competitiveness in any real way, because it all got put on MC. And he was just being friendly or something, and I'm like,
yeah,
it's exhausting.
That route really got to me. The other routes were really good.
Jesus.
Oh yeah. We just have to we just have to thank everybody for Jesus.
Yeah, I really liked Roberts. I like Matt.
Ooh.
Linking.
Man, my brain wanted to go to Kent, and I'm like, that is a completely different game. That is literally...
I mean, we can go through our favorite routes from the games we've played.
Oof, that was a completely different game. There's Joseph Craig...
I know Craig is a lot of people's favorite, and I'm like...
Which one? I don't remember which one was Craig.
Sportsy.
Brian, Matt,
or
Hugo...
There was English teacher...
And Damien Robert.
Vega? Damien's a good second for me.
Damien was really good.
I like that they included a trans character. That's cool.
Yes.
Although at the time I didn't know it, so I voted him so much lower. Dabbled in Mats. Mats is really good. Mats is the kind that will make you a little bit want to cry.
Yes. I love our first...
Or a lot.
Yeah,
Everyone knows
yeah.
we're going for Brian, and that's fine.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
I had to call Sharky out on not liking Percy at first because he was too reminiscent of Brian.
Who is Matt? What Matt? Coffee, cough, 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 cough,
Music,
cough, cough,
coffee, band, coffee.
No,
Music.
literally, our title for the first Matt was coffee, 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 coffee.
Well, that's because that was the thing I used to do in college, was just say coffee, 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 coffee. Yeah, so Matt was the cafe owner.
For hands.
Ginger with the bread.
With the bread. Mm.
Wait, is Brian a gingerbread man? Is Percy a gingerbread man? Yes. I mean, we ended up liking Percy a lot.
Yeah.
But Sharky had that initial gut reaction of, I don't like Percy because he looks like Brian. And I was like, Sharky, they're different characters.
Damien was really good. I did really like Damien's.
Percy is far superior.
Oh, yes.
Because Percy's just the best.
Craig's was okay. Joseph's was...
I'm like, wait, in addition to the game list, I'm like, wait, we have the game progress log in the same file. I can just see what all of the routes were. What's your favorite Hotful one?
Ooh, see,
we don't count the secret end.
We didn't do them all on stream, which is the annoying part.
We did not do them all on stream.
I liked the crying of Nagekis.
Mm-hmm.
And Angel was all.
Who voiced him?
Angel was also. Angel and Yu. Actually, Angel and Yuya were also all really good too.
I really liked Yuya's. Yeah. Nageki's got to me less because I had played that one before. I think he was actually my first run. Because I like depressing characters, I guess.
I mean, out of yeah, I'd probably say Nageki's. He was great. Amnesia's honestly probably Kent.
Oh, that wasn't a question. You already said that by accident.
Sheen was also really good though.
I like Yuki and I like Ukyo.
Yes, the Grim Reaper.
Well, of course I have to like him if you keep calling him the Grim Reaper. But also, that was a really interesting story.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I really liked his story.
That was an incredibly interesting story. Like...
well, because they made it in a way that it was by design that you have to date all of the others in order to get his story. And then they tied that into the actual story in a very meta way of like explaining all of these routes are actually happening. All of you going through all of these? Yeah, that was real. In this storyline. All of that actually happened. And that's really cool.
Yeah. Hustle Cat.
Wait, did you say who your favorite in Dream Daddy was?
I think I did. Honestly, it would probably be... It would probably either be Hugo or Damien.
That's fair. Heroes is fine. I think you like it more because it was wrestling.
Oh yeah, totally.
And like, Roberts is really good. Damien's is really good. I really liked Matt's.
What are you gonna be doing? I see you play on Surviving. Yeah, we played a few streams.
Yeah. We've played it for almost a month, and now we're done.
What are you going to next, Joe? If you just played a little bit of Dream Daddy. Hustle. You're probably gonna just say Graves for Hustle Cat. Hustle.
Well, you know me. It was Graves from the moment we saw him.
Yeah.
Mason's a close second. I really like Mason. And Landry's was interesting.
Landry's was very interesting.
I didn't like Hayes' route, even though I really like his character.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But Hustle Cat is really good. And I remember Flowers mentioned that they drew a lot of inspiration from Hustle Cat for Arcade Spirits. So I do really recommend that game.
Oh, yeah. That, just overall, that game is very good. I want to forget we played this game. Please let me forget we played this game. The KFC dating sim. Please let me forget we played this game. Because honestly, I want to forget we played that. That was...
It was fun. It was very silly, and it was fun. It was fun because it was very silly.
It was just... It was literally just...
I mean, someday we have to go back to House Mafia.
Yeah, we do have to go back to House Mafia.
Because that's on pause, but that's not in the we're never coming back to that. That's just, we'll get back to it someday.
We will get back to it. The KFC game was...
We've taken a very long pause from that one.
The KFC game was a lot of us making drug jokes.
Well, look, it's a KFC dating sim.
Did you see they came out with a KFC console?
Console?
Yes, it is a console that has a chicken warmer in it. That's an actual thing.
I remember, okay, if you're ever bored, for anyone in chat, and want to see, like, a really trippy, ridiculous shit, just go to the KFC YouTube channel. They had, like, a KFC, like, Colonel cat tree.
What?
That shot lasers and treats and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't generally think it was real either.
I mean, they also apparently made, like, a Lifetime movie.
Yeah,
thing.
apparently.
But I think our friend described as softcore porn.
Mary's just like, what? Just what? KFC.
Oh no, we don't have the emote thing on the screen.
No, we don't have the emote thing on this screen. I would have to copy and paste it. Hold on. Let me boop and boop. There we
KFC
go. Also boop.
marketing department.
There we go.
It's wild.
Now try to emote.
I'm gonna try an emote. Oh no, I think there was another friend that also described as soft.
Yeah. Well, let me see what the what did Best Friends Forever?
Ooh. I've had that on my list, I think, to get eventually. That's the one where you're taking care of a dog and you meet other people around town.
Oh.
I told you about it.
Yeah.
When it came out.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten it yet. But that's been on my radar. Because I followed so many dating sim related Twitters, so I've been seeing alerts and announcements and stuff for various games. I caught like a 5-minute glance of someone else playing that, and I know that there's a scene with laser tag.
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that one's probably should be fun. I mean, there's a dog.
That is, go back to Errant Kingdom? What is it?
I've heard of that one.
I
haven't looked into it very much, but I've heard of that one as another big one. I think it was actually on the list for, like, nominees for Indie Game of the Year from the gaming magazine. And actually Ace in Space is on that list as well, I believe.
Yeah, I did see that. I did see Ace in
Very
Space.
spicy.
Oh, game. Apparently, Steam is saying the games that are relevant to Errant Kingdom, Monster Prom, Amnesia.
Oh, right, Winter Sale. I have not looked.
Yeah, the winter sale's going on.
I should check. Oh, hey! This game that's usually 35% off is now 45% off.
What game?
Maybe it's finally time to get it.
What game?
It's I think it's Japanese. I think it's one of the Japanese ones. It's called Steam Prison.
Interesting.
Um
On Western dating sims? Oh, no, no, no. Amnesia is very much not Western. Osmafia.
well, okay. So I have a lot more of the like Japanese dating sims. However, we have played far more Western made ones on this channel because I think a lot of times the Asian ones are less up Sharky's alley, at least.
I don't care.
Our Mafia is also Japanese, actually, that we were playing before.
I don't care.
So far on our list of what we've played, Amnesia and Osmafia, I think, are the only Japanese ones.
Hatoful.
Hasselful. Well, sorry, I wasn't counting that because it's not like a normal dating sim.
Technically one.
We have in our back. So I think the reception we've gotten to some of the Asian ones we've played on here has sometimes been less thrilled. Nameless.
Okay, Nameless was... Look, Nameless was a...
I am perfectly happy to move the Vampire Samurai one up if anyone else wants to see that one, because that should be fun.
Nameless...
I mean, come on! You have Vampire Samurais!
Nameless was a very specific... It felt wrong.
Well, I mean, a lot of them might. Amnesia is particularly good. I have one that I actually tend to prefer a lot of the Japanese ones. But I've put them all at the bottom of the list, actually, because it seemed like they're not as enjoyed. And I want people who join us to, enjoy our content. Oh, we also, well, no. We played Analog, but I believe that one's actually Western made, but featuring Korean, which I felt a little weird about. But I don't know if there were Korean people on it at least or something. Yeah. For what I'd like to play personally is a lot more of the like Automate games.
Yeah, the audience is very different.
Yeah, they tend to be a bit different. I think I would say that I'm more on the Japanese games side for the most part. And I mean, if people want to see the Japanese ones, they're on the list.
Mm-hmm.
I can move them up.
Mm-hmm.
But just my general, what I've seen from people who have joined us on here is that you all seem to watch more of the, or you seem to enjoy more of the Western ones. So, I mean, we have those too. And I mean, more and more of those Western ones are getting created now. So there's some better ones available to play now.
Flowers is the best VN in existence?
Flowers?
I do not... Do you know that one?
Nope. Let's see.
mean-
So Chiahane, a shy girl with mysterious past, will begin her first year of high school at St. Anglicum Academy, where she hopes to find a new beginning. She will navigate friendships and mysteries at her new school and discovers that love can come in many forms.
Originally, I came for arcade spirits, but kept coming back for you two. Aww.
Oh, thanks, Joe. Yeah, I guess it's one of the Yuri games. Thanks, Joe and Pie.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of like just.
We love our resident Dallos.
I was just like Nameless just didn't feel right to me. It felt weird.
I mean, a lot of those games have like sort of weird premises, though.
But definitely up for playing some like trying Mothers out.
I'm like, well, if we want to see the Japanese, I'm going to move Hakuoki. I just really want to see my Vampire Samurai boy. I remember so little about that game. I only played like 2 of the routes before. But come on, you're dating vampire samurais.
Got me here, but y'all kept me. You fed my.
Us? Cool? What? Us?
So wait, Goose. So we need to play some untitled co-op Untitled Goose game.
You keep wanting to do that, and maybe. I mean, you can always play it yourself.
Oh, but it would not be a horrible geese. See, but chat would definitely like it if both of us were making.
But you're hosting.
Well, I'm the only one who owns the game, and so it'd have to be me hosting. And it.
Well, how do I play?
Steam Play.
Then wouldn't I technically still be able to screen share?
No. What?
Are we chaotic geese? I'm okay with being called chaotic goose.
We will be chaotic geese. I'm up for a Tome with samurai vampires.
I
You've
think that one actually, because they like added a bunch more things. I think it actually has more routes than it originally did on PSP.
I remember you talked about the game forever ago, because I remember you talking about that game forever ago.
It's like your choices include, do you give him this like fake blood substitute, which isn't as strong to help him like manage the bloodthirst, or do you just let him feed on you but then risk dying because you're on an adventure together and there's only 2 of you, and if he gets too addicted to your blood, you're gonna die because he's gonna drink all your blood. Okay, we're first going to finish Arcade Spirits.
Yes.
And then maybe we'll do another chunk of Oz Mafia.
Well, obviously you let him feed.
And then we can play Hakuoki, which is Vampire Samurai.
Oz Mafia is going to be like 3 years down the
If you let him
line.
feed too many times, you die and you get a bad end.
Depends on your snack.
No, you're the whole meal.
Oz Mafia is going to be the one. It's going to be like, we're 4 years in, or we're on our 5th anniversary. It's like, guys, we're finally doing it. This is the last Oz Mafia
I
stream.
know, the last Oz Mafia stream. That would be hilarious as an anniversary stream sometime. We are all snacks. We are feasts.
Oh, gosh. Anyway. I'm just glad we're done.
We are done with Rose of Winter.
You're done.
Technically, there are 2 routes left. We're never doing them.
We are not doing them. That is a very, very true statement.
Ooh.
The next route is Teo's route.
Yes.
We will.
There shall be Teo. Oh, I forgot to cross off Queen Bee from our list.
We will
There
be
will
the.
Teo, and then Juniper, and then Naomi, and then finally Gavin. But I put him last on purpose.
You've
so,
waited
I mean,
oh so long.
It has been half a year. since we started playing.
Taya will finally be front and center. It will finally...
Taya will finally be more than also there.
No, just there.
Well, he will also be there. Teo was there and front and center of the stage. The Showtime stage.
Oh, man. But nah, it's...
Teo will have his day in the sun. All of him, except for his banana Speedo thing.
Taya will finally put some clothes on.
He starts with clothes on.
Finally, Taya will keep his clothes on.
I think that would actually mean he's probably more likely to take his clothes off.
Nope.
I think Teo keeping his clothes on is all of the Teo was there times.
Teo, keep your clothes on. Hopefully this doesn't take like an entire month.
What?
Us just tangenting and being like half a chapter.
Right there?
Yeah.
I mean, it at least takes about a month because we do 2 streams a week and there's 8 chapters. And at minimum, we spend about 1 stream per chapter, even with skipping and little tangenting. So that's already like 8 streams, which is about 4 weeks.
My bad news about the date with Teo. Spoiler, no spoiling, redacted.
I'm sorry, are you looking for this friend? Spoiler, no spoiling.
Teo can keep his clothes on.
He can.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm not gonna be like, oh, body shaming, you can't have your clothes off. But also, like, I don't need to see it. He can keep his clothes on. Although I suppose everyone is free to express themselves how they like.
That is true.
But I also probably would cringe a lot at playing if the game was him in his beach outfit the entire game.
Oh, you surprised nobody's modded that in?
Only not because there's no like official Steam Workshop thing. For all we know, it might have been modded in. But you know, now that you say this, I kind of want to mod that beach scene so he's just an actual banana.
And where's the rock during all this?
Well, we're not bottom
Oh,
anymore.
that's true. We're whatever we're gonna call ourselves.
Yes, Arcade Spirits has 8 routes and we've done 4.
We've done
And
4 out of
so-
4 of the 8.
We are now, that's why we took a pause for the holidays, is we are at exactly the halfway point through all the routes. We thought it was a good time to take a break and play something else, but now we're full of regrets that this was the choice.
Can I just regret all of my life choices at this point?
Look, you chose to do something different instead of just doing Hatful Boyfriend Holiday Star again. This was your choice. Come crawling back to Arcade Spirit. You could have had Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas!
Merry
Christmas!
I miss tuning into you guys because I don't understand what's going on. Oh.
Well, we will be back on Wednesday with Arcade Spirits again. And we will be on Dancer Boys route.
Dance Central. It's just Dance Central.
Uh-huh.
Dance Revolution. Step Mania.
Is that the title?
Yep. Dance. We're just gonna keep doing.
All right.
Oh.
Every
It's gonna be a new dancing game.
Yes. Exactly.
Yep. We're gonna have to get creative.
I look forward to the one that's going to be titled Crypt of the Necro Dancer.
Yes.
That's clearly chapter 7.
But what about Cadence of Hyrule? Cadence of Hyrule.
Which chapter is the one where we visit the palace?
I don't remember.
I think that was chapter 6.
Might be. For shame.
Yeah, it's chapter 6.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great having just different dance titles. We're just gonna.
Now we just have to remember to do it.
Yeah, we'll make a note. Chat, make a note. I love you guys.
Well, I mean, now that we've said it, it's gonna be like Landry and all the trees.
Right, for Landry, it was laundry tree, and then it was just different types of trees. Oh my god.
Pine tree, evergreen tree.
Right, we did do that. We are no, for one of them we did different.
Hello, we are dwarves.
One of them we did. You did different types of like coffees or lattes or something like
Oh, for Hayes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I chose various coffee drinks.
Let's say I have that record. That's not it. That was when we played Cinders. That's not it. Oh, you call every time it was Cat Cafe Curse Coffee Cat Collection Part Blah. It was cappuccino, caramel macchiato, and cortado. Yeah, we did a
Because it wasn't enough to do all coffee drinks. We also decided to make all of them start with a C.
Because you did
That's
Coffee Cat Collection.
Cinders is excellent. Highly
We
recommend
did 9 Cinder streams.
Cinders has an interesting system where the endings are sort of... There's different components of the ending, and it's sort of mix and match. So Cinders is really good, but there's not a clean, like, okay, do this route, then do this route, then do this route. But it is really good. That one's very well written.
Yeah, it looks like we did 9 Cinder streams.
Yeah, because we had to do...
We did each of the guys.
Each of the guys, there is a sort of ace one, and then we had, I think, 5 different, like, ending path kind of things. Because there's 5 different sort of directions that Cinders can go. Although one is a bad end. But there's still, like, 4 ways to sort of victory-ish.
We gotta get that YouTube channel started. Well, technically, it's up. Well, the thing is, no, I think the last thing I needed, because you were like, no, the title should be this. I'm like, but people won't be able to find it if we call it the... Like, if we go searching, people won't be able to find it if we call it the same thing as the title of the stream. What if for some reason, I lost the title of the stream, and then we just didn't talk about it again?
Fine, we will talk about it again as soon as we end this stream.
So, I mean, because once we get that figured out, boom, I could upload one a day.
Okay.
And then we'll be caught up in like 3 years.
I mean, yeah, we've been at this for a while.
Yeah, we're almost at our 2-year anniversary this month.
Oh God, yeah, we are.
Yeah, the 25th.
Is that a stream day?
No. If I remember right, it's the 25th. Was our technical first, but if we count our first recorded, it's like the 27th or something like that. Yeah, our first
22nd. It's on a Friday.
22nd, yeah. Okay.
I put it in my calendar so that I'd always be able to find it. No, we started the channel on the 22nd.
Yeah, so I guess so.
Oh, yes. There's 7 love interests. One is a secret route. And then there's an 8th option of being basically no love interest. Just ace.
Yeah, so we did the no love interest first.
Ace, yes.
No love interest.
We did ace first.
So we could get to know the characters, and then we decided to who we were going to date in which order.
Pizza party!
Oh, we could play Pizza Game. That's not a fun game, and I don't want to break my mind by playing Pizza Game.
Pizza Game?
Oh boy, Pizza Game is a...
I have a game called Ninja Pizza Girl. apparently.
Oh, I think I have that too.
I think I got it from Humble Bundle a while ago.
No, yeah, no. Pizza Game it's a game called Pizza Game, and like apparently it just is not.
I mean, I would order a pizza for that day.
Yeah.
I don't think I can share it with everybody, but
Why not?
I can share it with my roommate, who has come on the stream before because she is also ace.
Oh man.
Yes, it will be our anniversary, and that will be a community stream day, so we can kind of do really whatever we want.
Get the anniversary in Jackbox, or get the community in.
If we had enough people, maybe.
Jackbox on Discord. I mean, yeah, we could. Yos.
Hands raised.
Yeah, I mean, we could do that. We could do more things like we still need to do more Among Us with our viewers.
Yes.
We need to get that organized.
Is there a observer role in Among Us?
No,
No.
there's not. You have to be playing.
Join as an audience member.
No, you can't. It's not like Jackbox where you can be an audience.
Because Among Us, we can't stream because you would always be able to see whoever's hosting.
I mean,
Also, it was really fun playing with everyone, but that kind of game just gets me tired really fast. It was fun. It was really fun. I really enjoyed it, but I get really exhausted. So I could only play a couple of rounds. But if there was an audience role, I could host and be audience member or something.
yeah, sadly they don't have that.
Oh well.
Yeah, I mean, crap.
We can definitely still play again.
Crap, it's 2 weeks till the 2-year anniversary. That's weird. We've been doing this for 2 years.
Mm-hmm. We're content creators.
No.
Caveat. No assurances made about the quality of this content.
No, stop.
Disclaimer. We do not claim the content is good. Yeah. I mean, I can still stream the audio through Discord. It's just I wouldn't have anything put on the screen.
Yeah, it's a fine line of especially because I know there's a lot of people who do it where they're playing with a bunch of their friends. I think Joe was at that her stream yesterday, but playing with a bunch of the friends and just doing Among Us with just a bunch of friends on a call. Doing it with viewers is definitely a little hard. Or harder. Because then there would have to just be the honor system of don't screen cheat.
Yeah. Which is why I'm
And I mean, it could technically be me playing and then sharing it, but also I
also couldn't host if we put it on the Twitch because I only have it on my phone.
Yeah. And even then, because then that has the ability to get very Yeah, we don't do it.
We did it over a Discord call.
Yeah, don't do it as a normal stream. Yeah.
Right. We didn't stream video because, screen cheat thing.
But we can definitely play it again. Crap. This is weird. It's just weird thinking about 2 years.
We've been on here a while.
We started this because we were just this is a stupid idea, let's do it.
Yeah. Well, it was fun. We were doing it over Discord.
We were.
Of just us.
Yeah, if they wanted to watch, yeah, we could definitely just stream it over Discord with like you on your computer or something and watching.
Mm.
So you could
All right, everyone else don't screen share.
So technically, you could join in on the fun without having to necessarily play.
Yeah.
That is very true.
I mean, I'm down for that. Yes. We only started our social media accounts in March of this year.
But we've been around for so
But
long.
we've been on Twitch since January 2019.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been almost 2 years.
That's weird.
Wow. All right, should we end the stream here? We've been just chatting for like 45 minutes while still on Rose of Winter as the category.
Yeah, well, thank
Yay,
you.
congrats to us.
Thank you very much for joining. As always, thanks for coming.
Thanks for everyone who put up with that whole Rose of Winter adventure. We barely survived, but we made it.
We will be back when... It's tough to count 2020, but it's there. We'll be back Wednesday for Teo.
There's Arcade Spare.
Bye. Say bye.
Farewell.